Hello, everybody. It is Monday, the 7th of October. I want to talk about the truth. You know, the one truth that we all need to know. And that the truth is not in this world, apparently. The truth is out there. Yeah? And out there are beings of pure light. And we are in the darkness. Actually, we are not in the darkness. Life. What is life? Life is actually an extremely intimate knowledge of the truth. I want to show you this here. And how our thinking has gone completely wrong. Yeah, the light shines into the darkness, and the darkness is not comprehending it. In fact, the darkness at the moment is rejecting it. I want to show you this here. We are actually rejecting the truth. Trying to get out of it. We're trying to get out of the truth. Not seeing it. Not seeing that we are having intimate knowledge of it. As we are. Right. Now, I want to go back to the Hermetic principles. And whatever came out of there and how we went wrong in our thinking. And it is according to what we think we are or what we know we are. Yeah, there's those that know they have become according to their thinking. They've become that being. And according to that we create. And that there's a Hermetic principle of as within, so without. And some have become the wrong thing. They have become the wrong being. And sadly, they are, at the moment, the ones that are directing the affairs of man. Those that are in the most darkness are the ones with the most power, which it really shouldn't be. Anyway, now another Hermetic principle is as below, so above. And then you have the first Hermetic principle is that everything is consciousness. Now they're saying everything is mind. Mind would indicate just head knowledge, but that is only one part of consciousness. Your emotional knowing is the other part. So if you're only going by one part of your consciousness, you're going the wrong way to start with. You're not being led in the correct way. But I will come to that. So everything is consciousness, as below, so above. And they're saying that this world is heaven's mirror. Okay, so look at this world. Everything is consciousness. The mineral, the vegetative, the animal, man, the kingdoms of this world. All consciousness, different levels of being self-conscious. So in this world, all those levels exist. Yeah? And they should, the idea is that they should get on with one another. They should get it together to create something that is good for all. All shall be saved. That is the idea in this world. So if all the levels of consciousness exist here, then how are the heavens different? If it is as below, so above. If it is, this is heaven's mirror, then how are the heavens full of just enlightened beings that are all good and all brilliant and all fantastic? All on a very high level of consciousness. How can that be? Only one of them can be right. Either this is heaven's mirror, and then that means wherever you go, you will encounter the same thing. Encounter the same thing. It will always be like this. You can't get out of it. Everything is, and that's the next thing, everything is creator. If this is creator, the next world you encounter will be the same. And if you don't get it here, what this is and what you're doing, You won't get it there. Because what you're running away from is your own. If you say you're running away from darkness, that is ignorance, you're trying to run away from your own ignorance. And you can't, it will always be with you. You're running away from yourself. You can't. So this idea of we're getting out of here into something different ain't going to happen. It will be the same principles all over again. You can't run away from your own ignorance. And the light is shining, trying to shine into your ignorance, and the darkness does not comprehend it. Well, as I say, you don't comprehend it here, you won't comprehend it somewhere else. It's you. It's not this world, it's you. The darkness is you, not the world. Right. So there's Hermetic principles, and from there, other trails of thoughts have evolved. One of them are the alchemists. Now I'm just listening to, different, what they call occult knowledge. Occult only means it's hidden from the masses, yeah? But there are those that work within that knowledge, and they become, again, according to that knowledge. The masses don't understand what's going on because they don't know what they are doing inside of those teachings. Now, as I said, alchemy was one of the teachings. Now, again, from the start, if you think alchemy is talking about turning base metal into gold, yeah? From the start, if you think that they are talking about actual metal, you have understood nothing. They are talking about a being, man. They're talking about you. Man is to be transformed from something that is based into, yes, a beautiful being of light. So if you go into those teachings, then be aware what that teaching creates is you. According to what you become, again, as within, what you are, so it will be without. You will be given, the Creator gives to all according to what they are. But that is what's going to happen. And I've found, from what I've heard now, that it is in the alchemists, that they regard our emotional knowing as a flaw. Yeah? The thinking, and Jesus was the same. He was actually on the same path as the alchemists. Actually, he was probably there before. He was there before. The alchemists probably followed him. Yeah? That the lower nature, especially the negative emotions, are the flaw. They're evil. They're holding us back. Yeah? They're trying to restrain us, and that is evil. That is the outlook of a 5-year-old. Yeah, if you've been restrained, that is evil. I want to do what I want to do. I want to get whatever I want to get. And anybody who holds me back is evil. That is the attitude of a small child. Because if you are running toward a cliff, yeah, and you're about to jump off, then something should restrain you. Because, darlings, as we are, we cannot fly. Yeah, and gravity will take over. So then, no, restraining somebody who's about to do something idiotic is not evil. And yes, that is restraining would hurt. You know, if some bunch of people jump on top of you trying to hold you back, that would hurt. Sometimes truth hurts. And actually, the more you are going away from enlightened knowledge, if you're about to jump off a cliff, you are far removed from enlightened knowledge, the more you move away from it, the more the truth will hurt. But here you are. That is an intimate knowledge of the truth. You feel it. Yeah? It hurts you. And you're still not seeing it. You said, I'm getting out of this. I'm detaching from this knowledge. And I'm going out there where everything is possible. And then I know the truth. No, you're not. You're going away from it. You're going away from the knowledge of it. That's what's happening. But I say that thought was already, the thought wasn't Jesus when he said, get ye behind me, Satan. The thought was in the alchemists. We are now going to the point where, the head-heart connection, where the AI that is operating on pure logic without any emotional input anymore is the superior being. It has got the superior knowledge. It is superior to man, who has got stupid negative emotions. But that is, you're not seeing how those negative emotions are good. How they were given to you to guide you, to help you. You don't like them? Fine, because they're holding you back. But they should. They should hold you back. Because you are going the wrong way. But as I saw, those thoughts, they are now, men are becoming according to those thoughts. And as I said, those that have gone the completely wrong way are now the powerful ones, and they are creating a world. And the rest of us, where again, a lot of us are in another spiritual teaching. And that is, you should be like lambs. And you should be the servants to the powerful ones. And you should not think for yourself, and you should not speak for yourself. And again, you must suppress Satan. You must suppress any negative emotions. They are just liars. Trust the powerful ones, who are actually complete and utter lunatics, detached from reality. And you should follow them to the point of self-sacrifice. And that is another form of true enlightenment. No, it's not. It's nuts. It's a state of not knowing. You're in darkness. And you're following according to your darkness. And I don't know what this thinking is about us, about this body, about the lower nature. It's like you're being given a machine, yeah? And you're taking this machine apart. You know about all the nuts and bolts. And then you're creating a new machine out of, you're reassembling. But you're reassembling a different machine, and you have lots of nuts and bolts left lying over there that you haven't used. And you're saying what? They were surplus to requirement. They weren't needed, and in fact they were bad. They were evil. They shouldn't have been there. This is the true good machine that we should be, that will lead us to greater knowledge. So what you're actually saying is, Creator made a mistake. That's what you're questioning the Creator himself. When he gave you emotional knowing, you're saying, well, he shouldn't have done that. It was wrong of him. I know better than the Creator himself. That's what you're saying. Do away with it. It was given to you, but you are rejecting it. You're not finding out why it was given to you and how it is good. If everything is Creator, then everything is good. You're not finding out how it is good. and how to use it correctly so that it is good. You are actually rejecting the knowledge of self, saying, I cut myself in half, I'm only the head knowledge, and then I am enlightened to the truth of the Creator. No, the Creator gave you the whole thing so that you would know Him. You're doing away with half of the knowledge, you will not know Him. So, really, going back to the Hermetic principles, as below, so above. If this is heaven's mirror, then it will be no different anywhere else. If this is a true reflection of the Creator, different levels of consciousness exist. They need to somehow get on with one another. They're all part of the whole. Then that truth will be reflected in any other world that you go to. As within, so without. You receive according to what you are. So knowledge of self is, first of all, acceptance of self in your entirety. And see how this works. How do you work that for good? It is the receiving of information. And how do you work that for good? It was given to you because it was good. Because the Creator is good. Yeah, and if you reject it, it's rejecting it out of ignorance. And the darkness that you're going into, again, as within, so without. The darkness without is a reflection of the darkness within, the ignorance within. And the last thing, so that would be knowledge of self. Knowledge of self, knowledge of that which is around you in this world. And then the last thing we need to absolutely get is that there is a law. There are laws that govern creation as a whole. Yeah? This is not random. This is held together by laws. And we need to know those laws in order to function within them. And that is actually what the Hermetics and everything, it was a knowledge of natural law. Understanding the forces that are within creation that govern the thing as a whole. And then if you are wise, you will operate within that system. And that means it will be good. Adherence to the law will mean it will lead to a good outcome. Again, the pain, the suffering simply tells you you are not within the law. It is the truth, and truth hurts. That truth hurts. There's another truth that says you are within the laws. You're doing according to what you should be doing in creation. And then the outcome will be joy, feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling, having a good experience. But the truth that hurts, you reject that as evil. And it's not. It is darkness. No, the darkness is within you. You're going the wrong way and it hurt, and you're getting hurt. That's all it is. So, knowing ourselves, accepting ourselves, knowing how this works, and having knowledge of the greater law of creation. And then, yes, absolutely, accepting it and agreeing to work within it. And you might as well agree to be within it, because there's no getting away from it. There's nothing outside the Creator. There's nothing that is not Creator. You cannot run away from it. Know it and work within it. And accept the negative feelings that tell you you're going wrong. But here's the last bit. And that is what people are doing at the moment, and that is they're detaching. They're suppressing and detaching from the negative knowledge that's telling them you're wrong. Or we are beings of light. We know it all. We can do whatever. Yeah? And we will change reality by detaching from the lower nature, so we no longer have that intimate knowledge of the truth. So we detach from that, and then we are in the greater truth. The greater truth is the truth of the Creator, and it does not change. And here again, there's a Hermetic principle of cause and effect. You are creating a cause, yeah, you're doing something, and it will have an effect. Yeah? And whether you had negative feelings about that before or you don't, you have no more negative feeling, you just do, there's nothing speaking against it, does not change the effect. Because the Creator never changed. Yeah? You going in there in complete ignorance, it will not change anything. The effect will still be the same. And if you go in the wrong way, it will have a negative effect on you. Whether you knew that to start with or not, makes no difference. Because the Creator does not change. You've changed yourself, obviously, at that moment, dramatically. You're making yourself more ignorant than you were before. But that won't change the outcome. It will be the same, because that is set. The laws are set. And here we go. Accept yourself as you are. Know that your negative emotions are good. They're trying to restrain you because you are behaving like a lunatic and you're about to hurt yourself or do something absolutely negative to this world. And then, yes, truth hurts. Accept that. And come back within the law. Understand it, know it, do according to it. And the outcome will be good for you, and it will be good for all, because that is balance of everything, is where creation wants to go, so that all will be sustained. But in order to go there yourself, you will have to listen to the messengers. You have to listen to the angels that will guide you. Yeah, and just because they're saying, well, you can't do that. Yeah, and if you don't listen, yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you a bit harder, and then it will hurt. But I am the conveyor of truth. You should not go there. Accept that. You are not above it. Just because you cut yourself loose from that knowledge does not mean you're above it. You're still in it. Nothing has changed. There is no getting away. What is right now, the darkness around you is the darkness inside of yourself. That is your ignorance, and doesn't matter where you go. If you don't change, it will always be the same. Because without is according to within. Anyway, here folks, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.